under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Welcome to the Under the Sea, a podcast covering marine environmental and sustainability issues. Hello, my name is Shuheda and I am the host of our podcast session. Today, we dive into the depths of the ocean to investigate one of the most controversial recent developments, and that is seabed mining, the extraction of minerals from the ocean seabed. For discussing and answering the question, what is seabed mining and what does seabed mining mean for us and for our environment, I have with me here Laura and Martin.
Hi.
So let's start with a brief definition of seabed mining and why it's becoming an increasingly significant issue.
Let me explain. Seabed mining refers to the extraction of valuable minerals and metals from the ocean floor, which includes polymetallic modules rich in manganese, nickel, and cobalt. These materials are crucial for manufacturing batteries, electric vehicles, and modern electronic devices. Fundamental for the green energy transition, so we need them.
Okay, what advanced technologies are necessary for seabed mining?
High-performance robots, deep-sea drones, advanced exploration tools, and environmentally friendly mining equipment are all crucial for successful seabed mining. The industry could also create diverse job opportunities in fields like robotics, ocean engineering, environmental science, and resources management. Additionally, developing resources within exclusively economic zones could drive economic growth, particularly for countries with limited land-based resources.
So, if I understood right, with the technique of seabed mining, we have a lot of advantages, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Seabed mining brings a lot of advantages with. For example, deep seabed mining could provide access to vast reserves of critical minerals, reducing reliance on terrestrial mining. Moreover, it may support green technologies and reduce the environmental impacts of land-based mining. It also can emit fewer greenhouse gases and disrupt less habitat than traditional mining.
The scientific aspect of seabed mining is closely tied to the principles of social and economic sustainability. Research in this area can help us better understand and balance the potential benefits and the risks. Therefore, further exploration of the concept of social and economic sustainability would be highly beneficial. Am I right?
Well, seabed mining is a potential solution to meet the growing demand for critical minerals such as cobalt, nickel, and rare earth metals, which are essential for renewable energy infrastructures and batteries. It also offers economic opportunities for countries to diversify their economies by utilizing underexplored marine resources. Additionally, the innovative processes associated with seabed mining create jobs in coastal regions, leading to employment opportunities in mining operations, logistics, and technology development.
Wow, but that's amazing. So if the process of seabed mining is so convenient, why are we not already doing it?
Oh, I can answer that question. On the one hand, seabed mining leads to an unknown biodiversity. It means mining risks destroying seafloor, environments that are still largely unexplored and poorly understood. On the other hand, noise, habitat destruction, and sediment plumes can harm marine life and ecosystem. Furthermore, the safety and effectiveness of these mining technologies remain uncertain. And we don't have to forget the economic viability. High costs for infrastructure and technology make economic success uncertain.
So, who is involved in seabed mining?
Countries, companies, ONGs, and other secondary actors, but maybe the most important one is the EACEA.
Well, what exactly does the EACEA do to keep seabed mining on the straight and narrow?
Well, I can answer that. So basically, no single country can claim ownership of these areas because we are talking about international waters. Here, the EACEA, so the International Seabed Authority, enters the game, Think of it as the guardian of the deep. It issues licenses to companies for exploration and extractions, but only after they submit environmental impact assessments, like a report card for how well they're safeguarding the ocean. The EACEA is also the enforcer of common heritage of mankind principle, which means that the treasures of the deep should be shared far and wide, especially with nations that might not have the means to exploit themselves. It's like a global referee, ensuring that while nations and companies die for deep sea resources, everyone plays by the same rules.
With so many players involved, is there a unified international effort to regulate seabed mining? Or are the different countries and organizations often butting heads?
That's one of the biggest puzzles of seabed mining. On one surface, there's agreement that we need environmental protection and fair resource sharing. But when you dig a little deeper, the interests start to clash. Countries like China and Japan are on the hunt for resources to fuel their economic engines, secure rare minerals for everything from tech gadgets to green energy. Meanwhile, on the other hand, nations like Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands are torn between the lure for revenue and long-term fear of damaging their ocean's fragile ecosystem. In the middle, you have the EACEA and the international organizations like UNEP and the IMO trying to keep the peace. But it's like trying to herd cats. A lot of different voices and interests pulling in various directions. So while there's plenty of dialogue, of course, real consensus is still a work in progress.
Okay, but doesn't this carry the risk of unequal benefits, where multinational companies profit more and while local communities see only minimal returns?
That risk is real, but we can mitigate it. Fair labor practices such as ensuring safe working conditions and equitable wages must be a priority. Involving indigenous and local communities in decision making is equally important to ensure equitable outcomes. This could include the formation of independent monitoring committees, comprising community representatives, NGOs, and scientists with publicity accessible reports. On a global level, the International Seabed Authority could strengthen its regulatory role to ensure fair participation for all countries, allowing not only industrialized nations to benefit, but also ensuring that developing countries receive a fair share of the reward.
Well, absolutely. If I can jump in, the main blueprint is the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, which lays down the ground rules for ocean governance, like a construction for the sea. Part 11 of the UNCLOS focuses specifically on the international seabed area, waters beyond national control, which outlines how mining activities in these waters should be regulated. The treaty also stresses that the ocean's resources are not just for the taking by the powerful, but are meant to be shared by all, especially for developing countries. It's a framework designed to make sure that no one nation becomes the lord of the ocean treasure chest. But the tricky part? Well, the sea is vast, and its features are still largely mysterious, so the law must constantly evolve to keep up.
So let's hope this regulation works and we can find better ways to keep our seas as clean as possible. And we could have informed our audience on the topic today. I would like to thank all of our speakers for this informative exchange. To all our listeners out there, what do you think about the seabed mining? Please feel free to write to us on our Instagram page. You can check the link in the bio. Bye until next week. You're under the sea team.
Bye, thank you for having us.
Bye.
Life under the sea is better than anything they got up there.